Hello Mom and Dad Meet World. So I wanted to talk about this computer right here. We've had this for about a month now, and that is the 16-inch M4 Pro base model computer. And overall, it's been very good. But I just want to give you a little bit of our history with these computers. So we had started with the 16-inch M1 Max that we'd used for a couple years. We did not upgrade to the M2 as far as a laptop goes, but then we ended up trading that 16-inch for a 14-inch M3 Max bin model, and that is what we have been using until very recently. And then I had temporarily used an M4 Max. So this is the 16-inch M4 Max unbin model with the nano texture display before finally settling on this computer right here, 16-inch M4 Pro base model. It is not a Max model, it is an M4 Pro chip with 24 gigs of memory, 512 gigs of storage, 14-core CPU, and 20-core GPU. My oh my, try saying that and memorizing that. That's a lot of numbers. But overall, as far as like portability goes, I know we've been going from and have been using that 14-inch, and in using this, we've used it in the car, at cafes, different places where we've worked remotely, on a train even, and hotels, and transporting it has not really been a big issue, at least for the time being. But again, it's only been about a month, but no issue again with like the portability, and I do love having that bigger screen. As far as like the screen goes, with this having this has the regular glossy non-nano texture display. So for my use, the nano texture display was not a must-have feature. So I'm okay in having the regular glossy like we've had for all the previous MacBooks we've had. And this is me also working with like a point of light. I'm not working in the complete dark. I do like to work by a window to get a little bit of that daylight. It has not been an issue for me in using a standard glossy display. So I want to talk a little bit more about the performance in terms of like the specs. So this has been the first computer in a while that has not had either 32, 36, or 48 gigs of memory, and it hasn't had that full terabyte of storage. So with the memory, we have not had any sort of memory issues. We haven't had any memory pop-ups or memory warnings saying we're out of memory. It hasn't felt sluggish with doing any sort of multitasking. So that issue has been a non-issue as far as the memory goes, and this having 24 gigs of memory. What was my main concern was going from the 1 terabyte to the 512 gigs of storage. And to me, surprisingly, that has also been a non-issue. So I've either been working just one project at a time on here as far as Final Cut Pro goes, and that is basically our main storage hog has been doing these YouTube videos, but one video project at a time on here. And what I'll do is as I complete them, I'll offload them to an external drive and then delete it locally, or I am working completely off of an external drive. So no issues as far as any of other storage goes. So that has been a surprise, and a very good surprise for myself in not getting or not using a 1 terabyte model. So as far as like the performance goes, and this being an M4 Pro chip, as to this not being like an M3 Max or an M4 Max chip. So performance goes, day-to-day use, no issues whatsoever. The only time I've ever had where it's felt slower has been exporting Final Cut Pro projects. So a 10-minute export would normally take the M3 Max, M4 Max about 2 minutes. That's about 1/5 the time, where this is double that time. And that's because there are half the encode, half the decode engines, as opposed to the M3 Max and M4 Max, just the Max chips in general. But that is to be expected, and I'm okay with that because it takes me a while to edit the videos, and the export, that's really just the final, and that's when you kind of just go, okay, I can breathe now, we'll move on. But it just does its thing, and I'm okay with it taking a little bit longer. But as far as everyday, day-to-day performance, yeah, no issues. The only thing that does cause the fans to get loud and does cause the battery to drop quite a bit is when I'm using Sony Catalyst Browse. So if I want to stabilize a video clip from our Sony cameras, and depending on how long that video clip is, yeah, the fans will get audibly loud, it does get warm, and then I visibly see the battery percentage drop in the corner. But that is and has happened with every single MacBook Pro we have used. So that's just Sony's Catalyst Browse software. It is very hard on these computers, but again, it's still fast, it is still fluid. And as far as battery life goes, battery life has been downright great. So 2 full days using this for everyday, day-to-day work stuff. And not with the video editing, but 2 full days of, you know, Microsoft Office, Slack, web browsing, no issues. So 2 full 8-hour days. And if I am using this for Final Cut Pro or Pixelmator Pro to edit like a photo, I'm getting 8+ hours, and it's really more like 8 to 12 hours, so about a day to a day and a half of actual use with this computer right here, and I'm pleasantly surprised by that. And no, it's not the rated 20 to 24 hours, somewhere around there, crazy ridiculous time. I still do have that peace of mind when I take this out with me. If I don't bring the charger, if I just bring the laptop standalone, I'm not having to worry about, oh no, I need to plug in. It just doesn't give me that worry, and it's that peace of mind that I really do like with this particular computer. So overall, after using this computer for a month, is it technically like a step down on paper in going from the Max to the Pro chip? Yes, but it's also a step down in portability. But what I will say is having the 16-inch screen and that bigger battery that comes along with the 16-inch screen, to me, I think that's a trade up, and I will take that trade any day. For my use, it has been absolutely just great and no issues, and it's been a very well balanced, solid computer, again, for my use case. Hopefully you've liked this video. I just want to give you a little bit of my insight, what it's been like using this computer for about a month now, and it's been great. But if you have liked this, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It all really helps out our channel. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.